Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with part 14 of The Beginning of Masonry by Frank C. Higgins. 3 times 3. No term throughout the entire range of Masonic symbolisms so completely clinches the connection between Freemasonry and the ancient mysteries as this most important link. The number 9 is a part of the great harmony of the universe, and as such was recognized longer ago than man has history. A study of the peculiarities of this number will soon set at rest any wonder as to why it has secured such a paramount place in symbolism. 9, that is to say, the 9 digits, is the basis of number, and therefore of time, space, and proportion, which cannot be expressed in any terms but those of numbers. The ancient number philosophy was the basis of every symbolic system of expressing the nature and attributes of deity that the world has ever known. Even where important number symbols are apparently independent of 9, it will be found that they are based thereon. Its connection with geometry is fundamental. The archaeological proofs that this system possessed no geographical limits, but was as common to mound builders, Aztec and Inca as to the Chaldean, Hebrew, Persian, Egyptian, Greek, Phoenician, Mongol, Druid, and Hindu are irrefutable. The symbols of 3 times 3 among all these people are so much alike as at once to arrest the attention of the antiquarian. Symbols of 3 times 3. 1. Babylonian and Hebrew, Aaron's rod. 2. Early Greek. 3. Ancient Guatemala. 4. Lilies of the Virgin. 5. Heraldic lilies. It is well known that any number, great or small, multiplied by 9 will give a product the sum of whose digits will exactly equal 9. This mergence of everything into 9 was likened to consumption by fire, which caused 9 to be termed the number of Vulcan, which latter name was derived from Tubal-Cain, the Semitic spirit of fire, that which resolves all that it attacks into its original elements. 9 thus stands in the great old number philosophy as the representative of the primordial substance from which all emanated and to which all must eventually return. The remaining 8 digits were accepted as the elements of the dual principle, embracing positive and negative, spiritual and material, male and female, odd and even, etc. The spiritual or male numbers were the indivisible odd ones, while those representing matter, the female principle, were even and divisible. Multiplying each of the first 8 digits by 9 gives us 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, and 81, the sum of which is 396, a number greatly reverenced by ancient mystics because, among many reasons, added to the number 270, the period of human gestation in days, it produces the sacred 666, and indicated the incarnation of the solar logos in humanity. Gematria. The numerical values represented among the ancients by the letters of the Greek and Hebrew alphabets. Greek and Hebrew are identical. From the earliest times, the letter M, with the value of 40, has been the mystical character of this incarnate word. In the Hindu triglyph AUM, in which the first, last, and middle letters of the sacred alphabet stand for Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu, the creator, destroyer, and preserver, or youth, old age, and manhood. M is the symbol of this preserving manifestation of deity, whose material emblems are the lamb, the corn, and the vine, and is shown in connection with wheat ears and grapes on the Syrian coins of BC 360 from the figure on which the Greeks copied their conception of Zeus or Jove. While it appears in various ways elsewhere, especially in the religious ornaments of the Byzantine Empire, in Orient Masonry the letter M is employed instead of G in connection with the square and compass. The manifested word is the world builder or great architect, the Rabboni of the Essenes or Nazarim, the Chaldean seers. See Hebrews chapter 1 verses 1 through 3, St. John chapter 20 verse 16. Another designation is that of the Alpha and Omega, the two supplementary letters of AUM. Revelations chapter 1 verse 8. Let us see where we now stand with regard to the connection with these particular circumstances of primitive Freemasonry. The letter M, which is 40, represents 396 because it is the sum of 18 and 22 which multiplied together produce it. The ancients made frequent use of words, each letter of which was the initial of another word, the whole forming a sentence. Thus the Romans constructed from AUM, Architects Universis Mundi, or Architect of the Universe of Worlds. The founders of our modern ritualistic formulas, even if they have given us no intimation, have at least left it for us to discover the use of the same formula in the term GAOTU, in which the letters GTU respectively are 3, 9, and 6, reducible to 40 or M, the remaining 2 being the Alpha and Omega. We shall profit by one or two stage Oriental reflections upon this wonderful figure 9. The Nikita Karma, or Brahman, sacred book of occult science says, "It is now time for the virtuous father who possesses a son over whose head has rolled 3 times 3 years, the figure of the tutelary spirits, to perform the ceremony of the Upanayana, which is the introduction to the study of the liberal arts and sciences. He should then contemplate the infinite perfection of Brahma. He should ponder the 3 triads which have sprung from him and have created the 8,400,000 creatures, at the head of which is man. The care of the sacred fire in the temples is always entrusted to the 9 Brahmins. The 9-fold constitution of the universe was set forth by the ancients as followed: 3 forms of matter, gaseous, liquid, and solid. 3 forms of motion, from a center, to a center, round a center. 3 magnitudes of body, length, breadth, and thickness. The great French Masonic mystic, Ragon, in writing of this expression says, if the number 3 was greatly esteemed by the early sages, the number 3 times 3 has not been less celebrated, because according to them, every one of the elements that go to make up our body is triple. Water containing both earth and fire, earth containing both igneous and aqueous particles, and fire being tempered by globules of water, and earthly corpuscles, which serve as its food, as not one of these elements is thus ever found simple and without admixture of the others, all material beings being composed of these 3 elements, each triple, can therefore be designated by the figurative number 3 times 3, hence it became the symbol of incorporation, hence also the name of 9-fold envelope given to matter. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.